Hey guys, Coach Krause here. Had a little discussion, a few thoughts that I have on resistance training, strength and conditioning in terms of its effectiveness for boxing, and that juxtaposition of that old school thought that all of that kind of training does not deserve to be in the realm of boxing at all right? So I think a number of you already know that I am a big advocate of strength and conditioning in general and resistance training of all forms. I think the benefits that you get out of it are numerous and really advantageous for boxers, that general athletes in general to have, but specifically boxers, all right? That trained muscle, it contracts faster. It will contract more times. It will have a more forceful contraction, and it will contract with a less likelihood of an injury compared to a non-trained muscle. We could endlessly talk about the different methodologies. Is HIIT more effective? Is it all about the velocity curve on the concentric portion? What should you stay away from easy? I'm not going to get into there, but I am going to tell you that I have all of my boxers perform strength and conditioning to end every day of their sessions, and my professional boxers, we break it up into a whole new session. So they'll usually do three sessions a day. They'll do their road work in the morning, they'll do their boxing training, and then they'll do their strength and conditioning all in a completely different session, which I think is the best if you actually had the amount of time to do that. But a lot of people don't. So when people just come to my gym, at the end of their training day of boxing, they'll usually cap it off with strength and conditioning. And I think one of the big misconceptions is that I agree with that old school thoughts that I can get you killer at every exercise I can think of. It's not going to make you punch harder. It's not going to pull something innate out of you that wasn't there, some speed that would not have presented itself otherwise. But what it is going to do, it's going to allow you to train more and train harder. And I'm absolutely of the school of thought that you improve boxing by boxing. You know, you don't improve boxing by doing a bench press or a pull-up or something like that. But the bench press and the pull-up and all other exercises just allow you to box more, allow you to box harder and longer without hurting yourself. So that fit body just handles the rigors of training so much better than the untrained body. You know, and it's kind of comical too that you'll see a lot of these old school trainers that would wag their finger at me for putting exercise prescriptions of heavy resistance training, but they'll have their people do push-ups with their feet elevated, push-ups off a med ball, some sort of heavy bag lift. That is essentially resistance training also, but doesn't have you're not holding a piece of iron in your hand as you do it, if that makes any sense. But I just want to let you know that I feel like every complete boxer should dedicate a portion of their energy in general to some sort of strength and conditioning to keep their fitness up, to keep their body strong and durable, right? But the trick is, and this is where you want to have a good coach that's watching your back, you don't want to go overboard. What I tell my fighters is this: you want to be a boxer that sometimes does strength and conditioning, not a strength and conditioning guy that sometimes boxes, all right? Boxing should first and foremost be the bulk of your training, the intensity of your training, all the mental focus of that should first and foremost go to your tactics, techniques, strategies, right? And then you want to try to fit in that strength and conditioning where you can on the flip end of that, all right? And you definitely want to watch that you don't become overtrained, that overtraining syndrome, which maybe one day in the future I'll make some sort of video about it. But just some thoughts in general on strength and conditioning, and like and subscribe.